Yo, we are back with another episode of Run the Roads Media Podcast. Almost like a breaking news
Yeah,
episode, man. We didn't have this one in the plans today, but Paige,
Saraya.
Saraya, AEW. You know the crazy thing, bro? My last AEW event, I actually got a hug from her, bro. Like it was, and I wanted to get a picture. I wanted to get a picture too, but I just ain't want to be that guy.
yeah.
But it was cool. Like I met her, said hi, and I'm a fan and kept it moving, bro. Um, but you can tell that she was kind of on her way out AEW, especially if you keep up with AEW. Harley Cameron, the one she's currently, well, she was like tag teaming with, she's doing her own thing now, and she just hasn't really been there. She hasn't been on TV. I know Ruby Riot, or Ruby Soho, who she was tag teaming with, also just had a baby as well. So it's like her her team just kind of like dispersed. And I think even Tony Storm was a part of that group too, and we see what Tony Storm is doing. But she was a AEW Women's Champion. One thing I will say that could be a possible good thing from her time in AEW is that it still showed WWE that she can get down in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So if she was to come back, it wouldn't be like, oh well, we want to see if you still got it. Well, it wasn't like she had a Seth Rollins schedule where she's there every week, but she was able to get down in the ring. She was able to win championships, and the fans still liked her. The fans were still behind her. So I still think that she got a little bit of steam behind her. What you think?
Sign her to a Legends deal.
A Legends deal?
Yeah, I mean, they just signed Nikki Bella to a Legends contract. Basically, what that means is you get to appear like Trish Stratus, have a couple matches here and there, but you ain't got to do nothing crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
but
because let me just say, because she did have a serious neck injury, right?
mm-hmm.
So maybe she can't work that type of grueling schedule.
Facts, facts,
And we
facts.
don't know that, you know what I mean? Like, maybe
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of already put in place with her contract when she went to sign with AEW to begin with. Um, I will say this, very interesting, the pattern that it seems to be happening in AEW,
It
where
is, bro. Yep.
all of a sudden, these people who went there, maybe thought the grass was green or whatever,
Green
all of
on
a sudden, you don't get no TV time for months, and then all of a sudden we hear they're officially gone from AEW. It's very weird.
and also just how the tide has changed, bro, from WWE stars
Mhm.
jumping over there to AEW to now and we even got a couple homegrown AEW stars like Ricky Saints, aka Ricky Starks. He was homegrown AEW. We had a couple guys who went and came. It's a lot of going over there and then coming back.
Yep.
And it doesn't seem like, other than like Moxley, Jericho, they continue to stay over there in AEW, but a lot of the other guys, and like look at Shawn Spears now.
Mhm.
He's the NXT North American champion. And he got his whole little faction going on. I think he's gonna do great. I think WWE is showing them the opposite of what AEW is doing. That you do come
Well,
over here, we will take care of you. Like even Shawn Spears, he been there longer than Ethan Page. Now he's just now getting a belt on him, but they're building around him. Ethan
and
Page is still in that main picture. You get
I
what I'm
even think that I even think they're putting Shawn Spears and Ricky Saints in there together to kinda show them like, "Hey,
Exactly,
we're gonna
exactly.
utilize them because you guys didn't."
Exactly, bro. They're utilizing these guys that AEW wasn't, and we're showing, and WWE is showing them that these guys got talent. Now, to not take anything away from Paige, she has already proved her way. She's definitely going to be a WWE Hall of Famer,
Mm,
100%.
yep.
And she mentioned that she didn't leave on bad terms with AEW. I'm not even sure she left on bad terms with WWE. It wasn't like she talked bad about them like on AEW and things of that nature, like we have seen.
Yeah.
So I feel like she might get welcome. She might get welcome with a warm reception also, like, even if she still want to get down in the ring, like I've even seen some people having like, some fantasy matches as far as like Paige and Becky Lynch
Mm.
or Paige and Charlotte. Like it's still I feel like she still has enough star power to put on, some decent matches and draw a crowd as far as the women's competition.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like she could have, like, a decent, like, 1 to 2-year run, and then she probably call it quits, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, I don't even know how old Paige is,
I
to
was
be
just about
honest
to
with
say
you.
that, bro. I literally was about to say she's not that old. Like
Let me
she's
see.
younger than me, bro. I think
32. She's
yeah, I was about
32.
to say Paige is like 32 years old, bro. So it's not like she's like,
Yeah, no.
pushing 40 or anything, bro. Like, unfortunately she had, some
Yeah,
bad.
it's like that serious neck injury, man, we see time and time again with, certain wrestlers, right? You had, Bryan Danielson, you had
Mhm.
Edge, you had Saraya, like, all these
Stone
they had
Cold.
Stone Cold, all of them had pretty much almost the identical injury. I mean, Kurt Angle too, to an extent, but his is a little bit different, right? He broke it in the Olympics, he broke it, like, 2 more times when he was facing a Lesnar when he was in the
Mhm.
WWE, and you can tell even with him, right, bro? Like, his muscle atrophy and, like,
Yeah, like
there's
Kurt
very
Angle even kind of like slouch. You know
yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying, bro? Like you
Like
look at Kurt Angle in 2000 and like how he is now, bro. Like you wouldn't even think that it was the same person.
yep. Yeah, it's, I just watched, the Lex Luger podcast with, Chris Van Vliet too. It's like, a lot of these guys, man, that have that neck injury, it's a very tricky one. So, like, I don't know how long that she has left, but if she can, I definitely think that, that there is definitely room for her on the roster right now, especially with, like you said, bro, let's have some of these fun matchups that we can have, like with a Paige or a Charlotte or Paige and Becky Lynch, or even mix them up with some of the young talent, bro. Why
Mhm.
not? Start a new faction. Like she started back, back in the day. But I think it's cool. And again, it's interesting. I'm not starting out with AEW. I'm just saying it's very interesting that like we also hearing rumors of potentially Rusev also coming very soon. Like
We already know Aleister Black is coming back. Like
it
that's dang near been confirmed. A
it's
lot of
almost like
them guys jumping back in, and it's almost like WWE is welcoming them, with open arms, bro.
yeah
Like
yeah
come back home. You know
yep
what I'm saying? Like come on, and it's like I really think that once WWE and TKO like they merge, like it's almost like they literally want to take over everything, bro.
bro. It's an
Like
unstoppable power.
they got TNA now, you know what I'm saying? Like they literally want to monopolize this joint, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
we gonna see. We and then another thing, bro, the amount of money they have now, bro.
Mm,
They have I don't want to say unlimited funds, bro, but they
yeah.
ain't nowhere near can afford, to bring back a lot of these superstars. So again, I definitely feel like she will return home. Only thing is, will win. Like she's no longer with AEW. We haven't seen her on television in a while, similar to Ricky Saints. And then the next day, bam, he popped up on NXT. Now, I'm not saying she's gonna pop up on Raw or SmackDown, but WrestleMania, who knows?
Well, first thought came to my mind.
But they also are in England too. Well, they overseas too. So I
They
mean,
are, yeah.
go ahead
Yeah,
though.
they are. I didn't even think about that, to be honest, but the first thought that popped up into my head is, bro, how crazy would it be if you did some scenario where the Raw after Mania, she appears, challenges for a mid-card title, and
And
wins it?
wins again, just like she did when she debuted on.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
now that would be cold, bro.
Yep.
That's a perfect way. That would be the
Kinda
perfect
like
way
Ush
for her to.
and also we talked about it too, like, elevating that mid-card title. Well, this is the freaking perfect chance
I
you
could
guys
see her
got.
cashing in on like Chelsea Green. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so if Chelsea Green still has the title by WrestleMania, yeah, because Chelsea Green only go against Michin, so I'm sure
That's
I'm
true.
sure she still gonna have that title by then, bro. But yeah, nah, that would be a dope way for her to return, bro. That
Yeah,
would be.
man.
Y'all
Yeah,
let us know
man.
how y'all feel about that in the comment section below, man. thoughts on Paige announcing that she's no longer with AEW? Do y'all think that she will be returning back to WWE? And if so, when? When do y'all think that she's gonna make that appearance? I got my money on WrestleMania. I'm gonna say Mania for some reason, bro.
I'll say Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania. That's if the 90 days is already complete. We don't know. Again, we don't know yet,
But
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 just
then again, like I said, she ain't been on TV in months.
that.
So
Yeah,
this
that's
this
also
could have
true.
been this could have been over like 45 days ago or
Yeah,
60 days ago. We just don't know.
we
You know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? So again, y'all tap in with us, bro. Anything else?
That's it. The only last thing I'm gonna leave it on for today is just I know it's also very exciting when we're getting talent back from AEW, right? But let's not have and monopolize this and get everybody back and all of a sudden not utilize them again because
Yep.
we are kind of seeing it
Yep.
with somebody like Andrade, right? Just an example.
Yeah, we ain't seen Andrade in a minute. Also, like people like Tegan Knox, like they brought her back, and they ain't even really with AEW. It's just the fact of bringing people like Emma. They
Yep.
brought Emma back at one point, and she lost like 14 matches straight. Like, what was the like? What was the point of bringing her back, bro? So yeah, nah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep. So other than that, guys, like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And other than that, you got your boy Dylan.
Got your boy Break.
We're out. Peace.